we were doing the scene, and after take one, not scene one, after take one, he goes, take a walk with me. Like, it was one of those things where you're like, God, I wish somebody had a camera.
Yeah.
I'm on a 45-minute walk with Vin Diesel. I'll tell the story.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Scene Stealers, where we watch our favorite scenes with our favorite actors. Today, we have the honor of sitting here with Emmy Award-winning Lamorne Morris.
Let's go.
Dude, what the fuck's up,
Dude, man?
How are you?
Dude, I'm great, man. I'm
You
great.
are big. Can I say that?
Big?
Yeah.
Fucking
Were
yeah.
you always this big?
Not really. I fluctuate. When it like I'm trying to bulk up now
Are
because
you?
I want to
It's
bulk up and
very
then cut.
noticeable.
Thank you, man. I'm putting the gains on.
Yeah,
I'm putting
you
the gains on, and I'm gonna get big and then cut.
Oh, that's where you're going?
That's how I'm trying to do it.
So you're going big summer, cut winter?
Well, I'm almost done bulking.
You're almost done bulking.
Almost done bulking. So I think starting mid-June, I'm gonna start the cut process.
Yeah, let me ask you this: is this for work or is this just?
It's for work.
Yeah.
It's for work. Otherwise, my belly might be out. Belly just hanging, overlapping your dick. You can't see it.
Is this your first time working out for work?
No.
No?
No, I've done it before. I did it for a movie called Bloodshot, which I never got shirtless in.
Buddy, we're gonna talk about Bloodshot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, dude. Don't you worry, we're gonna talk about Bloodshot.
God.
I fucking love that movie.
But I tried to, they had told me, so at some point your character might do this, and it's supposed to be a trilogy. And so I said, man, let me get in shape. And so I started working out with this guy named Eddie over at Up Fitness. And he got me right, dude. He got me shredded for almost the first time in my adult life. When you're a kid, you're always scrawny, so you're a little shredded.
Yeah.
But
you got the kid. Yeah. Dude, I remember I was a fat kid. Well, not a fat kid, but I was a chubby kid.
Okay.
And so I remember arguing with the skinny kids. When we'd be in 5th grade, they'd be like, I got abs. But you're just fucking malnourished, dude.
Your family's poor, dude. You don't have food at home. And I'm honestly concerned about you, bro.
I'm on the juicy juices, bro. That's what this shit gets you.
I get Lunchables all day,
But he got you big?
He got me shredded. And so that was the first time I realized, this can be done in your adult life without taking any enhancements. But now this go around, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for it.
You going all the way in?
Dude, I'm talking I wanna go with that Barry Bonds shit.
Yeah.
I wanna
get the creams out.
Dude, I'm about to be. When y'all listen, I'm gonna put this out there. Next time you see me in shape, no, it's not natural. No, I don't know why people lie about it.
Don't even ask me the question, bro.
Yeah.
I'm on juice.
I'm on juice, dude. Are my testicles gonna be small? Maybe. I don't know the side effects yet, but I'm going for it.
Fuck is point of being rich if I'm not gonna do juice?
I'm gonna fucking juice up, man. I gotta do it once in my adult life.
Yeah, I've done it. You want to know about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I did it twice.
Mm-hmm.
I did Anavar when I was in college, which was I found out about it because a University of Georgia cheerleader got caught, but she was yoked, bro.
Oh my God. So she was throwing people in the air.
She was
fucking gone.
Jack, dude. I was like, I gotta get on with that chick's on. and then there was later my buddy and I did Russian winstrol. But we had it, we ordered it on the black market, and then we were so scared to get it delivered to our apartment because we thought maybe the FBI would bring it, that we had it delivered to work. We both worked here at the time. Amazing. So we just had it delivered here. This is 10 years ago, but we did work at Barstool at the time.
Oh my God. But how did you feel? How did you?
So the Anavar, I don't remember too well. That was I was in college. The winstrol, I was always bad at chin-ups and pull-ups and stuff like that. And I was on winstrol for 2 days, and I was just ripping 20.
2 days?
It was crazy. I would do it, and I would walk around the gym just touching myself. I'd be like, I think I'm made of stone right now.
Holy
I am
shit.
so hard.
2 days?
It was.
Oh my God.
Strongly recommend the winstrol. It wasn't. It was a pill. I wasn't shooting.
Okay.
But whatever. Let's get to the important shit.
Yeah, sorry about that,
Let's
you guys.
fucking.
We don't
want to tell you why we're
know.
so big, dude. We are here to talk Spider Noir. It is out now, May 27th on Amazon Prime. We are talking to the star Lamorne Morris, Robbie Robertson.
Yes, indeed.
Dude, you are such a great character in this show. You're such a great character in everything. We're gonna talk about all of your shit.
Okay.
You bring such an energy to every single character.
Oh man.
And Robbie in particular, the moment you get on screen, you can't take your eyes off you. You're captivating. You're Your wardrobe is loud. Like everything about
Dude.
you is like, look at this guy, look what he's doing on this TV.
Man, that was a collaborative effort. If you talk about the wardrobe,
That's
our costume
exactly what-
department,
yeah.
Tracy and her team, they did, I mean, you saw it.
Yeah.
It's crazy, you know what I mean? And so it definitely helps you get into character. This show was insane to work on. It was, you're doing a noir, you're doing a period piece, and you're doing it with Nic Cage, and he's Spider-Man. So it's like, what the?
Yeah, saying it all in a row like that is
It's
fucking
crazy,
nuts.
right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you get most shows, you get one, maybe two of those elements. But in this one, you've got your noir element, which also has its romance involved. It's a detective show at its core. It's a mystery. It's a whodunit. You know what I mean? And so I think the folks at home will really, I think they'll dig it, man, because it's got something for everyone. I love comic book movies, but sometimes when I'll sit with old heads, they're like, it's not for me.
Mm-hmm.
This one, because of the noir element of it, because of all the cool shadows and the black and white and the vintage feel to it, it's gonna bring in that audience for sure.
Yeah.
And so I think this is something that everybody can sit down and vibe with. If you love comic book movies, if you love the superhero franchises, we got it. But also if you love like the old films, you know what I mean? If you love Nic Cage, Nic Cage is his own genre.
Right, yeah.
You know, like the guy is amazing.
Dude.
He's amazing to work with, amazing to be around. I think folks will really dig it.
Was that something that helped you choose choose this role? Was Nick an influential part of it?
I mean, he's the number one factor.
Right, number one factor.
Number one factor. I mean, when I got the offer, it was, hey, there is a Spider-Man thing happening. And they were kind of vague about it. They weren't really saying what it was. And they said, it's Nic Cage. And I immediately knew exactly what it was. You know what I mean? Based on that character from, Into the Spider-Verse, I thought absolutely I'm gonna do this. They made it was so interesting. They made it seem like it was one of those like when I went and met with the showrunners, they were kind of giving me the pitch, like I had an option. It was kind of like, do you want to do this show? Like they were pitching me the show. In the back of my mind, I'm like, fuck you, hell yeah, I'm doing this show. Making myself feel important in the room, like, what you got? Tell me about the story. In the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm doing this shit regardless of what character I'm playing.
Is this Lord and Miller pitching you?
Well, it wasn't Lord and Miller pitching me. It was Steve Lightfoot and Oren Uziel, the showrunners, and I was literally sitting in their office, just kind of inside giggling, going, "They don't have to do all of this at all. we could have cut this meeting. I mean, I'm happy to be here. You know what I mean? Make myself feel good, but yeah."
You went in pretending like, all right, you guys
like,
gotta show me why I should be here.
Like it's either this or Deadpool Noir. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Have you seen it out there? The city's a mess. Ever since the spider disappeared, Silvermane's got the city by the throat. Crime is out of control, and the police are completely in his pocket. Now the people could use a hero.
Well, I hope they find someone.
You used to be.
I know who I used to be. And I know who I am now. There's always going to be another Silvermane, Robbie. There's no point in fighting it.
So tell me about the True Hue. What's this all about?
The True Hue?
Yeah, so you can watch the show in color and in black and white. I've never seen anything like that.
It's amazing. Yeah. I mean, to me, it's the way you're supposed to consume a noir, is in black and white and then in color. Think about it. When TV was first introduced, it was black and white.
Mm-hmm.
And then as a population, as a people, as a human species, we developed a love for it. And then it graduated to color. And then we went back and watched some of those old films in color, and you find new elements of the show or the particular movie. Things that you didn't see before, you didn't catch in black and white. So that's what this is. It's an homage to the old days, but introducing the old days to the new school. Mm. So some of the folks, first of all, I think black and white is for everyone to watch. But unless you're a psychopath, you go to, don't stop there. Go watch it in color as well. You know what I mean? Unless you have a terrible relationship with your father, go watch it in color. Unless you don't like colors, unless you don't like the colors, But go watch it in both black and white and in colored.
I was doing it, and I was like, I so badly want to be the guy who watching it in black and white. Yeah, but it's color. Like we're dealing with you. Because I watched the first one in color, then I watched the second in black and white. I was going back and forth.
Yeah.
And I was missing your wardrobe. Particularly,
Yes.
like, I was like, the wardrobe, that is so vibrant and it pops off screen.
Yeah.
But the black and white, the noir is like,
It's the
just
feel.
got a right vibe to it.
Yeah, you watch it in black and white, you're gonna get that feel that was meant for the show. When you watch it in color, you're gonna get something else as well.
Yeah.
It's like a burst of energy. You know what I mean? You almost have to watch. It's honestly, it feels like 2 different seasons of a show.
Yeah, it does.
You know, it gives you an extra element when you watch it in color. So it's hard to tell. People ask me all the time, you know, black and white or color, and I just tell them both. You have to do it in both.
Brendan Gleeson's in the show. I fucking love Brendan Gleeson.
He's so good.
He has like a longtime collaborator in Martin McDonagh. They're kind of in every movie together. He's in all of Martin's movies. Is that something you'd be interested in as an actor?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It is like, I don't know if you like kind of having the freelance where it's like I get to work with whoever I want to. Like, I feel like whenever Martin's ready, Brendan has to go running.
Well, listen, that's also, I mean, listen, that's the benefit of having relationships. You know what I mean? Is that you work for the work, but the work can also find you.
Yeah.
Based on your relationships. So, and when you're working with great directors, you know, I've had an opportunity to work with some great directors, some multiple times. So for me, it's like, it's incredible, you know. Jason Reitman is somebody that, you know, I did the Saturday Night movie with him. I just thought, dude, we got to work together again. And I think we are. Malcolm Lee did Barbershop with him. He's one of my favorites. And, you know, we're trying to plan some stuff now when we work together. I'm trying to steal Ryan Coogler from Michael B. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
getting all of them, dude.
I'm trying to steal him, dude. Like the guy, that duo there, untouchable.
For like we were just talking LeBron before the interview started. Like, that's like a LeBron Wade for like 30 more years.
Yes.
Like, that you can do that for a long
time. They speak each other's language. You know what I mean? And so I would love to find that director. You know.
I agree.
Yeah. Do you know?
Yeah, we're gonna bring him out right now. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, he's so small.
Pabs, what we got next? We got Fargo.
Ooh.
All right, I'm gonna set this up because this scene right here, we were talking about earlier how you, in the meeting with Noah was like, he's got to have the heart, or he's got to be kind.
Yeah.
And the whole movie, I'm watching this movie going, I'm sorry, the whole show.
Yeah.
The whole show I'm watching going, God damn, Lamorne is the fucking heart of this show. And then they stab you in the fucking heart.
They stab you in the heart.
They stab you
They
right
stab
in the
the
heart.
nation in the heart. I think.
It is, this scene, this whole show, we're going to really get into it, but hit play, please.
I'm not your son. Now drop the knife.
There it is. Go fight it, son. It's all over now.
Dude.
I should have shot his ass.
That is fucking. This is what I love about this show is those are so two completely different people. The guy from Spider Noir and the guy that we just watched are two completely fucking different people, and they're both you.
Completely different. You know, as an actor, we all pride ourselves on being versatile. You know what I mean? And having versatility is something that's very useful in this business. You want to be, you want to be able to fit into any container. You know, Gary Oldman, you know, he can do any and everything. And so, yeah, you know, this was, again, one note from a director can truly change the trajectory of what it was you're planning on doing. And that note of just being kind really resonated with me. With Whitfar, you know what I mean? This is why I wouldn't be able to be a police officer in real life.
Why?
I would just blew his head off when I saw him. I would just been like, oh, ow, he tried to stab me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I would have, what? All the shit that man did?
I do always wonder that when I'm watching cop shows. I'm like, do they wait this long?
There's no way.
Put it down. I don't know, man. He's not putting it down.
Listen, that man in this show has tried to,
He's
kidnapping, like this guy pulled the guns out on the whole, like this guy is a murderer.
Yeah,
and you know he's a murderer. He's got a woman chained up in there. I'm gonna kill you. I'll deal with the consequences later. Okay, like now he's dead. But you know, the death scene I feel like is one reason why I got the Emmy.
I think so. Okay, so you are an Emmy award-winning actor.
Yes. Ooh,
You are undeniably a great actor.
Thank
right?
you. Thank
Right?
you.
Like
Yeah,
that's the award you get.
listen, if you know, that's up to the people. I just do what I can do and hope people can appreciate it.
So what makes you a good actor? What do you think makes you a good actor?
You know, acting is interesting. You know, there's the training element of it where you just rehearse and you practice and you go through your motions and you put together all the pieces of the things that you've learned. But there's also the human element. You know what I mean? Being vulnerable, being able to, you know, tap into what makes you unique. Denzel Washington, for example. We all do the Denzel impression. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. We do that a lot because that's a thing that we gravitate towards, that tone, that cadence that he has. But to Denzel, that's just how he talks. That's just the human element of him bleeding into the character, right? So some of those choices are choices that are Denzel. And I feel like if you're able to blend the two, all your training with the human element, with some of your choices, like Nic Cage, you know what I mean? When you talk to Nick, he is a funny, vibrant guy. You know what I mean? That's why when he goes full Cage, he can do it effortlessly because he's got so much energy and he's got so much. He's bold. He's not afraid to just go there and shoot his shot at something larger than life. But that's also who he is. You know what I mean? And when you can combine the two, I feel like that can make a pretty good actor.
You mentioned the boldness and the shooting your shot. Like, when do you feel you were ready to start taking your own shots?
It's interesting. I was having a great time on stage in Chicago, doing Second City, doing improv shows and sketch comedy shows and doing theater. And I was pretty good. I like to think that I was pretty good. New Girl was an eye-opening experience in the television space. I was having fun doing commercials. I was taking my shots in the commercials. But that's 30 seconds and you're kind of confined to what the client needs and what they want and all the technical jargon. But it wasn't until season 3 of New Girl where I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm just gonna gun it. And I just started gunning it. And I just started doing what I like to do. And I feel like that's where my character took off.
Yeah.
And that's where my name kind of got out there a little bit more based off of what folks were seeing. And that was purely based on me taking my shot. I was kind of constricted in the first couple of seasons, not just from what the scripts were providing, because I was a new character, but also like in here, I was in my head a lot. And I was like, I don't want to take a risk. You know, I don't want to, if you're afraid to take risks, you're in the wrong business. You know?
Was you afraid of that because, did you feel like it was your role yet? Like, how did it work with Damon? Like, was he officially gone and it was your role, or?
Well, I was up for the role of coach.
Oh, okay.
Which is what Damon ended up playing. But I had a scheduling conflict with a different pilot at the same time. So through a series of events, I was offered the role of coach. Couldn't do it. They then get Damon to do it. Damon crushed the pilot. He had another show called Happy Endings.
Yeah.
Now, Happy Endings wasn't necessarily going to go for a second season, but we like to believe that because they picked up New Girl, they were like, well, you can't have Damon. We're going another season. And, you know, rival shows, I guess, rival competing networks. So Damon goes back to Happy Endings for a second season. So we needed to shoot. But they didn't want to get rid of the role of coach. They didn't want to trade that in because, like I said, it's Damon Wayans Jr.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, they kept it just in case he became available to bring him back into the fold. So they wrote Winston. They wrote a new character on the fly. So I was learning on the fly. Each episode was a different, I mean, if you go back and watch the first couple seasons, I had a different character trait every episode.
They were trying out a lot with it.
My character thought he had his period. He couldn't find a job. One, he was really good at sports. Then he was really bad at sports. It was like,
he was dipping his balls in shakes. He was a fucking nanny for a bit.
I know, dude. I forget. I sometimes forget that I had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the show.
Yo, yeah.
Like, that is wild.
Kareem telling you to dip your nuts in shakes. This is Kareem's idea, right?
Yes, it was. Just dip him in a shake.
Paz, what we got next?
We got Bloodshot.
Oh, wait, I actually have one more question for you about Fargo.
Bloodshot.
I very oddly just read an article written by Noah Hawley about how after Fargo, he got invited to Bezos's like private weekend.
Oh, I heard about that. I haven't read the article yet, but I heard about it.
And the article is basically about, like, it's him being like, what the fuck am I doing here? Have you ever had an element like that where you were invited to a party and you were like, what am I here for?
It just happened.
No.
Well, it happened on multiple occasions, but this one is crazy. Was invited to a brunch at Ted Sarandos' house. Every comic legend was there. Like, at one point, I'm standing in a circle with Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, Jerry Seinfeld, Adam Sandler, David Letterman. We're all in this little area. You know, you got old school OGs, you got the new school legends with Dion Cole, I'm with Sam Richardson, I'm with Eric Andre. You know, I'm with these iconic funny people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Janelle James. I mean, it was just like, I was sitting there going like, you have got to be kidding me. And we take this big group photo.
The ball pit picture.
The ball
right?
pit, oh my God.
Was that like, I wonder when you're with that many comedians, is it like, someone shut the fuck up so we can just take the picture? Like, are too many people trying to make jokes? Or is it just
actually
like,
no, because it was so hot out. So we were like, let's hurry up and get the picture.
Yeah.
But for the younger, like the newer school of talent, we were more so just like, we could stay here forever.
Yeah.
Because like 2 feet in front of me is Eddie Murphy. Like, what world am I living in? I'm 2 feet away from Eddie Murphy and we're in the same photo. So it's like a class photo. Like, that photo will live on forever. I mean, it's one of those things that you can't explain. As a kid, you grow up idolizing these people, and then you meet them, and they are the kindest folks. They're just shooting the shit with you.
Were you asking people for advice, or was it just kind of like a regular brunch? Like, when you're talking to Eddie, are you like...
Just regular brunch. When I spoke to Eddie, it was brief. I was so scared to talk to him that it was very brief. It was just like, hey, man, dude, love your work, man. And he was like, hey, nice to meet you, brother. And I said, hey. And we kept it at that. But someone like Sandler, who's, you know, in my top 5, he's in my like his career is what I want my career to be.
Yeah.
Because he does his own thing, also brings his team around. So his friends, his family, they're in every project, so he gets to be comfortable at work all the time. Then he brings on new folks. I've done a movie with him before, and he still texts me. He's still at this party, like, will come over and ask me what I'm working on. And like, you know, we got to work together. Like, no, that's Adam Sandler.
That's Adam Sandler.
Sometimes I go, do you know you're Adam Sandler? You should not be talking to me like this. Like, you should be like floating.
Yeah.
like, you walk on your feet, dude? Like this? That's crazy, bro. You know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because you know, you meet people sometimes that aren't as kind.
Yeah.
And everybody at that party was a level of kind. Like, I've become friends with Dave Chappelle. That doesn't make sense to me in my life. It just doesn't make sense. Because even though we're friends, when I talk to him, I still have these butterflies of just like, I'm talking to greatness. #1 stand-up comedian of all time, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, so I get like Eddie Murphy is my king, just general.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle is my king of the stage. You know what I mean? And like, just being around both of those guys at the same time, while Chris Rock, I'm sitting there having a conversation with Chris Rock, like, fuck, what? Man.
You gotta write an article in The Atlantic about it.
Bro, I had these porn stars after the party say, hey, you wanna come party with us? And I was like, bitch, I ain't got time. I was just hanging out with Eddie Murphy. You think I wanna go and have an orgy with you? No. Who's gonna be there?
Eddie'll be there.
All right, I'm on my way. No. No, it's just funny, man. Like, you do that, and then nothing else matters afterwards.
Yeah.
You're like,
I saw Miss Pat put up a post where it was a picture of her and Eddie, and she's like, I met Eddie Murphy, you can't tell me nothing.
You can't say nothing. Nothing. And I was scared to take pictures. I wish I would have taken photos with those guys.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But there also, isn't there the cool element of being like, I don't need a picture. Like,
It is.
I met you.
It's for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that group photo was enough. I was there. You know? And
genuinely iconic.
What's so funny is that Netflix posted all these photos. Like, the photographer was there. He took photos of me. But like, you see like their like carousel of photos, and like I'm in the background of one, and like all these people are commenting like, how the fuck y'all just got him in the background of a photo? Like, it was like all these guys, because I didn't know. People just kept tagging me.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I look at it and I go, God damn, they got me in the back. I was like, I can't post a single photo.
What we got next, Pavs? Bloodshot. Let's do it.
Oh boy, this one, oh boy.
I've been looking for a way out of here.
I really have. I tried up there. There's a guy with a gun up there. Sure, you killed him, right? You know, like a knight in shining armor. Yeah. Except for you don't really wear any armor now, do you? You sort of like let yourself get shot. Like a lot. Because that's tough to watch, actually. You know?
God, I hate this accent.
You do?
No. Clipped you right in your head, and then your brain's just all over the floor. Wicked, man. Wicked.
I feel like I died.
My apologies. I am terribly sorry about that. You know, Barris wanted me to take you out, but I had plans of my own. All right? I waited until you did your business.
Dude, I love this character. You seem on the fence about him. Wiggins.
Yeah, it was the accent.
I found the accent to be so fun, so exciting. Like,
Dude.
You didn't like. What was the process of even like? So how does asking a director for an accent go? Like, is that what happened?
Well, what happened was the audition. John Papsadero said, "Hey, can you just do an accent?" I said, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Just an accent, any kind." And I was like, "All right." So I sent an audition tape in that was weird, to say the least. It was just me doing like a very cartoony English accent because I had never tried it before, and so I tried that, and I shot it like the scene. I had my buddy King Batch like help me shoot it. My buddy Wes, like we Batch played Vin, and then I obviously myself, and we shot it like a scene. I sent it in and I booked it in less than 30 minutes. I got a call from my agent like, "Hey, my manager saying, hope you like South Africa." And I was like, "Holy shit, we booked it." He's like, "You booked it." And so I thought that I had to have that accent. So I immediately got a dialect coach. But then the issue is I had a dialect coach, but when I got to Cape Town to shoot, they gave me a different dialect coach who was South African. So I was starting to get a little confused. And I had like an actor friend send me like voice notes of how he would say it. Then
Was that James Samuel?
James Samuel.
James Samuel, yeah.
James Samuel. And I just kind of got like, I got in my head about it. I started doing it. The problem is when some folks tell you that it's good, but they're wrong. They're like, I'm listening to this person, but they might be dead wrong. And then that's what happened. Post-production, we got an actual dialect coach from the UK who then like in post, like we're doing ADR, he was like, "Okay, so we got to change this, we got to change that, we got to change that, we got to change that." I was just like, Jesus.
See, but I think like never for a second, I love that accent. And never like, you're just so much fun.
Oh,
you're
thank
so
you, man.
like there's so much energy. You're so exciting on screen. Exactly what we were talking about with Robbie Robertson, where it was just like, never for a second was I like, is this accurate? Or
Yeah.
I guess you're saying in post what we see is accurate.
Yeah.
But I think the idea for an accent is so much more about being fun than accurate.
Yeah, I had this is one of the most fun times I've had on set. You know what I mean? You get a chance to work with Vin Diesel and, like the whole cast is Asa Gonzalez, Sam Hewn, like, Guy Pearce. It was, this thing was nuts. It was a fun, the pandemic is really what screwed us. If you go back and watch the movie, it's a fun movie.
Fucking really fun movie.
And, we had signed, it was supposed to be a trilogy. It was supposed to be introducing this entire universe, the Valiant Comics universe. But it never went. We were the last movie in theaters when all the theaters shut down. Like we were debating if we were gonna have a premiere or not because everything started closing, and we were like, well, maybe this just a fluke. Maybe it's just a few theaters.
Yeah.
We put out in theaters, and that same week, everything was shut down. Yeah.
That's because it is a great movie.
Yeah. People would really enjoy it. Like if they go and check it out, I think people will be surprised. It's a fun film.
Was working with Vin Diesel. I read about a walk you guys took. Where Vin was giving you life lessons, I guess. What was this walk like?
The walk was odd. The walk was very odd.
Was it really?
But it was like it was one of the more iconic and cool moments of my life.
Yeah.
We were doing the scene, and after take one, not scene one, after take one, he goes, "Take a walk with me." Now he's wearing these big ass boots. I'm wearing like slippers, like house slippers, because my character is like in a basement.
Yeah.
And we're walking through like weeds and like kind of not jungle, but like some brush that like he's fine with, because I'm like, Jesus Christ. And we take like this 45-minute walk where he's just talking character. He's about his character. We're talking about films. It was almost like he had thought, I don't know him yet. And we have to like work together. Let me just go take a 45-minute walk with him and just kick it.
Yeah.
And we literally just kicked it for 45 minutes. and it was one of the more, I don't know, like it was one of those things where you're like, God, I wish somebody had a camera.
Yeah.
I'm on a 45-minute walk with Vin Diesel.
In slippers.
In slippers. I'm in pain right now, but it don't matter. It's Vin Diesel. A snake bit my Achilles. It's okay. I'm with Vin Diesel. So yeah, it was cool, man. It was that dude is like, I'll say, I'm not gonna reveal anything, but I'll say he's cool.
Yeah.
Like he's such a like actor's actor. Like he really cares about he cares about your deal. He cares about everything. You know, he's just like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like it's like there are certain elements. I'll tell a story. The race divide in South Africa was weird. It was very, very weird. There are places, you know, I mean, we're all familiar with like caste systems and race relations, and that's nothing new to anybody. But it was a lot different over there than it was here. Over there, it just felt like it was understood, we are in charge and you're not. And it was really strange. And I had some weird incidents that had happened with the guy carrying our bags and the manager of this place. And there was all these things that kept happening. I was like, is this shit okay? I wasn't used to that, you know? And I remember we were coming back from our walk, and there were some of the crew members just sitting down, playing cards, smoking cigars. But all the guys unloading the truck were all black. And Vin tells his guy to go and tell them that they all should be working. And like, and I don't like this dynamic that they got going on.
Yeah. The guys smoking cigars were all white guys?
All white guys. And Vin goes over there, his guy goes over there and he whispers something to him. Those guys popped up and they looked back like this and they went, and they all started working. And then he goes, very good, very good. Team effort, team. I was just like, dude, that's cool, man.
I like that.
That's
Fuck
cool,
yeah, dude. That's really cool.
His whole thing was, I don't care what y'all got going on here, but this is a Vin Diesel set.
That's awesome.
Like, we're not doing that.
It's family.
Yeah, it's family.
It's family, baby.
We're not doing that. You're better than me. I'm better. We're not doing any of that shit. We're all working. Awesome. Yeah. And so I had a whole newfound respect for him when I saw that.
That's great. We have 5 minutes left, so we only have time for one more scene. We have your scene, which is Denzel, or we have New Girl. Which would you like to go?
Oh.
Dealer's choice.
Oh, let's go. Let's go something that had nothing to do with me. Let's go Denzel.
Let's go Denzel. Great choice. Real quick, before we get into Training Day with Lamorne Morris, starting something new isn't just hard, it is absolutely terrifying. So much of yourself goes into this product and this new gig that you're not sure if people are going to like, people are going to respond to. It is a nightmare. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses and 10% of all e-commerce in the United States, just like the Barstool Sports Store, which you know and love. You can accelerate your efficiency. Whether you are uploading new products or existing ones, Shopify has the tools to help you. Shopify is packed with AI tools that help you write product descriptions, create page headlines. They help you with the photographs. They help you with the lighting. They help you make the product look better. So get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you, be it an email campaign, a social campaign, it doesn't matter. Shopify is there to help you make your launch easy. Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise helping you with everything from shipping to returns and beyond. Start your business today with the industry's best partner, Shopify, and start earning. Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/scene. That is shopify.com/scene. One more time for your $1 a month free trial, shopify.com/scene. Now let's go watch Denzel.
Shoot program, nigga. 24-hour lockdown. I'm the man up in this piece. You'll never see the light of who the fuck you think you fucking with. I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here.
He's the GOAT. Like,
dude, watching you do that was the coolest fucking thing.
My,
come on.
Oh, God. This performance and Robert Downey Jr.'s performance in Tropic Thunder are unmatched.
Those are your top two?
Those are my top two.
Those are your top two?
Those are my top two, bro. Those are this performance here. Robert Downey Jr. Tropic Thunder. He's the only person that can make blackface cool to black people. Black people were like, this shit is hilarious. Like, it was like, everybody else does it. We go, no. No.
Just RDJ. Just RDJ.
Just RDJ.
Now, when was the first time you saw this?
Oh my God. I want to say I was at the movie theater like freshman year in high school, maybe, or like, no, like I was in high school already, I want to say. I forget actually when it was the first time I saw it, but I saw it in the movie theater and it blew my mind.
Right.
I was just like this. Oh. Because at the time I was already a Denzel fan, but not like that.
Yeah.
Not like, and when I saw this, I just went, I didn't know, because we're so used to seeing Denzel in a certain light. Before that, a lot of actors were kind of staying safe to what people knew him for.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a superhero, you always play a superhero. You know what I mean? If you're an adventure guy, you're always an adventure guy. Denzel was always the good guy.
Good guy.
The leading man, good guy, sexy woman, the women loved him. In this one, he was a monster. And we had never seen anything like it, And I think you saw a lot more actors, doing that afterwards, going, you know what, I could play a villain.
I want to play a badass. Yeah.
I want to play a fucking
evil guy.
Evil guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this scene, I was in a voice and diction class in college, and they said, bring in a scene from something iconic that is different from your voice. Because I used to always do bits, and I was always funny and weird and blah, 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 blah. And so I did that scene in my class, and I remember committing to it so much that some people in the class were like tearing up. They were like, it's almost like they hadn't seen the movie before. And they was like, this is the first time I've seen this performance. This
right from his soul. This must be his childhood.
I know. God, he knew King Kong? It's just like, and so, yeah. So that scene in particular means more to me than anything.
Dude, that scene,
Yeah.
it's so iconic that we forget that he dies a minute later.
Yes,
like
right after.
King Kong, hey, Godzilla, he dies right away.
I did a parody of it. Me and some buddies, Melvin Gregg, he's a wonderful actor. He's on The Paper, the show The Paper.
Oh, yeah.
He put together this thing with a few of us actors all playing Denzel. And we all played Denzel from different movies. You got to see it. You got to see
awesome.
it on YouTube. It's funny. It's really. I play Denzel from American Gangster.
Wait, we gotta watch that.
Oh, you got to watch it. Huh? You got to watch it. You understand what I'm telling you? Yeah.
Last question before we let you go. We're ending with Training Day. We talked about the Netflix picture earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I remember reading a quote from you where you said, the worst thing about being a funny guy is people think comedy is all you can do.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've officially, that's gone for you?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. And I'm very grateful for that too. But I also don't want people to think I don't want to do comedy.
Right.
I love comedy. I want to mostly do comedy, but I also want to do other things. Playing a well-rounded individual. A well-rounded individual is who we all are, kind of. You're when you're with your significant other, sometimes you're being very romantic, you're being very charming. When you're with your friends, you're being silly, goofy. If you're reprimanding someone, if you're like a boss of a company and you have to be serious and stern, you're being that way. You are different people. You are different people to different people.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's a well-rounded character there.
Yeah.
that I feel like you don't get to see a lot, and I want to do that. I want to play all elements, in a film. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, Lamorne Morris, it's been a fucking honor.
Dude, thank you.
Watch Spider Noir. It is out 5/27 right now on Amazon Prime. Go watch it.
Yes, indeed.
Dude, you're the man.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
bro.
so much, bro.
Man, I appreciate
Really, really appreciate it.